Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a city in our region kicks off a sweet week of celebration, inviting everyone to try some delicious desserts. And over in Western Kentucky, an annual outdoor event is held that is perfect for the fall season.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Did y'all see those desserts that we just had, the video playing? Those look so good. Good morning to you. I'm Dakota Makris. It's Tuesday. It's 5:30. Let's head over to Cameron Aaron, who's over there chuckling at me for talking about some delicious desserts. It looks good.
It's 5:30 in the morning, and you're talking about desserts.
Listen, the other morning...
That's just cavity waiting to happen.
The other morning, I had a salad for breakfast at like 4:30. So,
yeah, well,
you know, hey,
you gotta balance it out with some chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the perfect way to go. But this morning, we are looking at some pretty dense fog across the mountains, especially over in Mount Vernon. Here's a live look right now. Over at I-75, you can see some pretty dense fog, so be sure to use caution and take it slow as you are out and about this morning. Down to 0 miles for Pikeville, Prestonsburg, Hazard, Williamsburg, down towards Jacksboro. All of us waking up to 0 visibility, and a lot of locations also waking up to 1 mile, like Harlan and Middlesboro. Temperatures are chilly, so be sure to grab the jacket. Upper 30s, lower 40s. The good news is we're going to warm up, though, by this afternoon. And up on satellite and radar, we are dry and we are clear besides that fog as we wake up this morning. And we see plenty of sunshine by this afternoon. Temperatures warming up into the upper 60s, and we stay sunny and dry. A gorgeous day is on tap, and we stay pretty dry for much of the week ahead. I have that full forecast coming up in just a little bit. Dakota.
All right, Cameron, thank you. Well, Friday marked 3 months since the deadly Allen shooting that left 3 officers and 1 canine officer dead and 3 more first responders injured. The community was shaken but not stalled, coming together in a host of different ways to stand up for their heroes. Our buddy Forbes has an update on one of those efforts.
From the emergency lights.
It's hard to put into words. I was raised in Allen. I know Allen, I know the people of Allen.
To the candle lights.
We just wanted to be there to try to help in any way that we could, and it was very emotional. These were our friends, these were community members, these were people that helped if you were in a crisis.
A community responding to overwhelming crisis by creating a fund to offer something to those most impacted.
It was devastating. It was also heartwarming and on the other side of things, because people just gave.
After the Allen standoff took so much from the families of so many first responders, the Floyd County Foundation created a crisis fund to help bring in money to offset some of the expenses brought on by the heartbreak.
The community response was enormous. We had donations from almost every state.
Raising more than $100,000 to assist the families of the fallen and injured officers and fulfill the canine needs for the Sheriff's Office and the Prestonsburg Police Department.
Even in such a tragedy, it still came together. A lot of love was shown.
As the community looks toward healing, honoring the heroes who put it all on the line. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Organizers say donations have dwindled a bit as people focus on flood relief, but the foundation will continue accepting money for the mission since the impacted families all have a long road ahead. A former Kentucky state representative will now serve time in prison. A district judge sentenced Robert Goforth to 2 years and 1 month in federal prison for healthcare fraud and money laundering. He also has to pay $2.7 million in restitution and $10,000 in fines. Court testimony revealed he has paid more than $1 million in restitution. In May, he admitted that the Clay County pharmacy he owned billed insurance companies along with Medicare and Medicaid for prescriptions customers did not pick up. Goforth resigned from his seat in the Kentucky House in August of last year. At that time, he was facing domestic violence charges. A former Scott County coroner is avoiding jail time from recent state charges. John Goebel pleaded guilty to perjury last month. Monday morning, a judge sentenced Goebel to probation. Goebel was arrested back in 2017 for his part in a scheme to illegally buy and sell Kentucky State Police guns and ammo. He was also charged in federal court and pleaded guilty to one count of conspiracy to defraud the United States. Fred Peters, Goebel's attorney, hopes the final chapter for Goebel won't tarnish the record of service he gave to the community.
You know, he had a very long career of public service in the police department and the coroner's office, and I hope he won't be judged by what happened at the end. He's done a lot of good for this community. He was involved for a long time, but it's all over now.
Goebel was sentenced to 12 months of house arrest and 2 years of probation for the federal crimes he committed. Well, the communications director for the Wayne County school system in West Virginia says school resource officers received reports of a suspicious activity involving a white van. The van has reportedly been spotted at public places on or near school property. Wayne County school officials published a public safety notice on the van. The school district says both the Wayne County Sheriff's Department and school resource officers are monitoring the situation. Families in Powell County can now discover science hands-on thanks to a new STEAM or science, technology, engineering, art, and math initiative. Jason Lindsay takes us to Stanton, where the Red River Gorge Discover Zone is getting kids excited about STEAM.
The ultimate goal of the Red River Gorge Discovery Zone is to take science beyond the classroom window. With this mobile STEM lab behind me, they are able to take science into the communities across Powell County to get kids excited about science.
We are the Red River Gorge Discovery Zone, and we're basically interested in having free, hands-on activities for the kids that are science, technology, engineering, art, and math.
And it turns out the Red River Gorge is the perfect science classroom.
We have so many different opportunities for the kids to learn all about science and math and art just by visiting the Red River Gorge.
This mobile STEM lab makes taking science on the road a lot easier.
We are a pop-up discovery zone, and the idea is that we would have everything that we need in our trailer, thank you TC Energy Foundation, to be able to just pull up to a parking lot and pop up. So we have our tents and our tables and our chairs and everything right there.
Kids can take home activities, so learning doesn't just have to happen during a Discovery Zone event.
We have lots of different activity cards that we send with kids so they can do all kinds of activities at home.
As for the future of the Red River Gorge Discovery Zone, they hope to turn this mobile STEM lab into a standalone science center in the near future. On location in Stanton, I'm Jason Lindsay, WKYT.
Well, the next Red River Gorge Discovery Zone event will happen in Bowen on October 29th. The city of Corbin kicked off its first ever dessert week yesterday. 11 restaurants are participating in the event, selling everything from cake to ice cream. Some restaurants have one option, others have multiple. Corbin Tourism Director Maggie Mulholland says this event allows any type of restaurant to participate, and chefs in the area get the chance to think outside of the box.
So this week enables them to participate with their own culinary creation.
Corbin Dessert Week will continue through Saturday, and although there is no vote in this event for the best dessert, officials encourage people to share their sweet treat on social media. Kentucky's Hank the Horse is a quarter finalist in America's Favorite Pet contest, and you can help him win. We have a link to vote for him on our website. Voting is open through October 13th. Hank is the namesake for the organization For Hank's Sake. The nonprofit uses horses to inspire and encourage children. And if Hank wins, the organization gets $10,000 and a feature in In Touch magazine. Over in Bowling Green, it wouldn't be fall without the annual Scarecrow Trail at Lost River Cave. And the park's 11th annual trail is looking to be the biggest yet, with more than 95 scarecrows. All the scarecrows are provided by local businesses and friends of the Lost River Cave in the hopes of winning bragging rights and Lost River Cave gear. This year, though, there's been a change to the voting.
So typically people could go in the gift shop and vote, but this time we put the voting online. It will last through the entire Scarecrow Trail, so voting is October 1st through the 23rd, and the winners will be announced on Halloween.
Well, to place your vote or for more information on the Scarecrow Trail, you can visit lostrivercave.org/scarecrow. And in a quiet community in the western part of the Commonwealth along Lake Malone, something monstrous but unique lurks in the woods. Meet the Big Twigs, a collection of tree creature statues that have taken up residence in the area. The two-story creation are crafted by a local artist from steel, foam, fiberglass, and paint. We just had this morning a late actor gets the chance to show off his talents one last time. We'll have that story in just a few minutes.
And we stay dry for much of your work week, but a few showers are possible by Friday. I have those details coming up.